Hello everybody and welcome to Storm Reads, and today I'm going to be doing part 1 of my September new releases. So I'm doing this in 2 parts because I have about an equal amount of middle grade and then young adult or adult. And so I thought that would be a lot to put in one video. So I'm going to just go ahead and talk about middle grade ones now, and then I'll do a separate one for the rest of the new releases that I wanted to talk about. September is a big month, especially for middle grade. We're, getting into schools, we're getting into spooky season as well. Got to get some of those spooky ones out before October hits and things like that. So I have like 12 middle grade books to talk about. So that's why I thought I better split it up. So we don't want to make this a super long video, so I'm just going to jump right in to the books and let's see what September is going to bring. Okay, so the first book I have is The Last Resort by Erin Entrada Kelly. This is the first book in a new series. So this one says 12-year-old Lila has 2 goals. Win back the friend who ditched her for being too dramatic, and number 2 is to stop being so dramatic. But when Lila's estranged Grandpa Clem dies, throwing a wrench in her plans, now she'll have to spend the summer in Ohio while her parents decide what to do with Grandpa Clem's creepy Victorian inn. It's supremely unfair. How can she show off the new and improved Lila from so far away? Even worse, strange things keep happening en route to Ohio. The family gets into a scary car accident. No one's hurt, but the remainder of the trip is odd. At every rest stop, Lila sees people in weird old-fashioned clothes. People no one else can see or hear. Lila convinces herself it's just her overactive imagination until the day of the funeral, when she spots an old man sitting in her grandfather's favorite chair. She does a double take. It's him, Grandpa Clem. He tells Lila that he didn't die of a heart. Okay, I think they left off a part of a word there, so I'm going to guess that he didn't die of a heart attack. He was murdered. That threw me for a loop there. Possibly by someone who wants to control the inn. Because it's not a normal bed. Okay, who on earth wrote this synopsis? Okay, because it's not a normal bed and breakfast, it's the portal between the land of the living and the realm of the dead. A hotel for ghosts passing onto the afterlife. With help of her skeptical brother Caleb and their new ghost-obsessed neighbor Teddy, Lila, the girl who's vowed to be less dramatic, must uncover her grandfather's killer and stop the evil spirit desperate to make their way back to the human world. Clearly, somebody needs to go through their synopsis here and fix the mess ups, because I got confused a couple of times because there were some words missing. Other than that, I think it sounds like a really good book. What do you guys think? This one comes out September 2nd. September 2nd is very big. I have several books for September 2nd on here. It's 240 pages. It's from Scholastic Press. So the next one is one that's on my anticipated list. I have read the first 2, so I am looking forward to number 3. So this is Wicked on the Wind by Will Taylor, and it's the 3rd book in the School for Wicked Witches. And it says it's a bound to be popular series, hits its magical stride with book 3, in which Ava, her friends, and her frenemy must fix a disaster that has befallen the school. And so if you like Wizard of Oz, this is kind of like a little kid like version, like middle grade version of it in a different way, because like they're going to school like to be wicked witches, But Ava didn't think she was a wicked witch at first, but now maybe she is, but just not, the normal kind. Maybe she's not quite as wicked as she should be. Uh, she just has magic that she has a hard time controlling. But then she meets some people along the way, and everything gets kind of turned upside down a lot. You don't know, does she want to be wicked or not wicked? But it talks about like the yellow brick road and all those kind of things. And so, yeah, if you like Wizard of Oz, you might like this kind of retelling of, or I don't know, kind of spoof of, I guess. I don't know what you would call it, but it's fun. Oh, and it comes out September 2nd, and it's from Scholastic, and it's 256 pages. Then we have Ghoul Summer by Tracy Badua, and I'm probably butchered that. I don't know. But oh, here you go. It says in this beachside ghost story that's perfect for fans of Aaron and Trotta Kelly, which we just had a book from. And Wednesday, 12-year-old Barnaby is forced to spend his summer helping his grandpa move, only to be confronted by Maxwell, a moody ghost boy with some unfinished business. Interesting. So, Barnaby has grand plans for his summer. He should have been spending his days watching movies and gaming with his friends. Instead, his parents drag him to a boring beach town of Sunnyside to help his grandpa move. Just when he thinks this summer can't get any worse, a ghost boy named Maxwell shows up in their vacation rental home to kick Barnaby and his family out. Barnaby tries everything to get rid of Maxwell on his own, but when his attempts fail and Maxwell actually becomes stronger, Barnaby realizes that there's only one solution to his ghost: helping Maxwell figure out his unfinished business. If he doesn't, the ghost might ditch the rental home for Barnaby's body instead. With the clock counting down to the end of the trip, Barnaby is forced to enter an uneasy truth with Maxwell to find the truth or be haunted forever. So, sounds kind of interesting. And this one comes out September 2nd, and it's 240 pages, and this one is from Storytime. So the next one I have is The Picasso Curse by Dan Gutman, and says, what would happen if you accidentally bought a doodle worth millions? Edwin Hodge finds out in this middle grade novel. There were so many things Edwin Hodge didn't know when he paid $10 for a cool poster of Kobe Bryant at a local flea market. He didn't know that hidden within the frame of the poster was an original drawing by Pablo Picasso, one of the most famous artists in history. He didn't know that Picasso might be worth millions of dollars. He didn't know that kids at school were going to treat him differently, or that he would become a world-famous social media superstar. And he sure didn't know that people would be tapping his phone, following him home, breaking into his house, or threatening to burn it down. He didn't know the Picasso was going to ruin his life. So, I think that sounds interesting. I have read books by Dan Gutman before, and so this would be kind of fun, I think. And so it's 192 pages, comes out on September 2nd, and this is from Holiday House. Next up, we have Millie of the Manor, a graphic novel by Karina Evans and Andrea Bell. This is Clue Meets the Babysitter's Club, so that sounds kind of fun. Amy has always loved a good mystery, so when her classmate Reagan invites her to a murder mystery themed birthday party, she should be ecstatic. But she's not. Instead, she's worried that her social anxiety will mess things up. Thankfully, all the guests are given characters to play for the night, so Amy doesn't have to go to Reagan's party as herself. She'll go as Millie Morgan, a scientist looking to solve the murder and clear her name. With newfound confidence as Millie, she must work with other partygoers to solve the crime. But when evidence piles up and the clues began to incriminate her alter ego, Amy's anxiety comes rushing back. With the help of her new friends, Amy must learn to navigate her own anxiety as Millie works to solve the mystery and prove her innocence. And so I love a good murder mystery game night or whatever. I have never actually been to one, but I always think it sounds like it would be super fun, and I always like those in books, and I like graphic novels, so I think this one will be fun. It's 208 pages, comes out September 2nd, and it is from Harper Alley. So from time to time, I am known to try a contemporary, more realistic fiction middle grade, and so I think this one's going to be mine. Says What Happened Then by Aaron Soderbergh Downing. So, a house on a remote island, a broken family, and a decades-old secret. Avery is a firecracker in a crayon box of colors. She's the shocking pink and the laser lemon when all she wants is to be a quiet tan and a soft cornflower blue. Her cousin Jax is a wallflower because sometimes it's better to stay quiet than the alternative is to be told that you're doing or saying everything wrong. They seem to be the only ones who don't know what happened years ago when their family shattered and went off in different directions. When their beloved Aunt Robbie summons the large estranged family together for a gathering at their broken down family cabin on Crooked Lake, instead of getting the answers, Aunt Robbie delivers some devastating news. Avery and Jax learn that by the end of summer, the island that has been part of their family for generations is up for sale. Forced to stay on the island with their estranged family to get it in shape to sell, Avery and Jax begin to dig through the history of the long-abandoned house and its contents, including a sprinkling of diary pages that were hidden around the island decades ago, the summer their family was torn apart. In this alternating narrative by best-selling author, two cousins are finally beginning to understand the joy of family, however cracked and imperfect theirs might be. But if they have a chance of gluing their broken family back together, they'll have to figure out what happened then. So I like this one because it seems to have like a slight mystery lean to it. You'll notice if I do a contemporary type, it always kind of has a little bit of a mystery lean to the contemporary. This one is 240 pages, comes out September 2nd, and it is from Scholastic Press. Okay, next we have a Christmas one. So we have North for the Winter by Bobby Podesta. Probably butchered that. From Pixar star animator Bobby Podesta comes a middle grade classic holiday story about Virginia, a girl who must help one of Santa's reindeers back to the North Pole before Christmas. What would you think if you saw a reindeer fly? When this happened to Virginia, she isn't sure what to do. She just lost her mom, she is in a new city, and everything seems so hard. But when she reluctantly confesses what she saw to her neighbor Benny, he's convinced that flying reindeer can only mean one thing. This is Santa business. In this stunning graphic novel debut from the Pixar director, two kids and a lost reindeer go up against obsessive hunters, suspiciously convincing department store elves, and radar operators for a Continental Air Defense Command Center. No matter the odds, Virginia's going to get Christmas back on track. And so I think that one sounds adorably cute. And this one is 352 pages, comes out September 2nd. Told you that was a busy day. And it's from First Second, which is a very interesting publication name. So I'm going to put this one here. It is number 5 in a series. I am up to this one. I have to fix that real quick. And I need to read this one. I'm not a huge fan of this series, but a lot of people are really huge fans of this series. So I thought I would go ahead and mention it and everything because it is an anticipated final conclusion. So this is about Skandar, and if you like a middle grade that incorporates academy type places and things like that, and kind of like forbidden, the one with the forbidden magic and things like that, you would enjoy this series. For myself personally, I think it incorporates a little bit too much romance in the lives of the middle graders. I don't mind crushes. I just don't like a lot of, it's just me. But anyway, I wanted to mention it. It comes out September 2nd, and it is from Simon & Schuster's Book for Young Readers. And it's a hefty one at 544 pages. Next, we have Jed Greenleaf by Kieran Larwood and David Wyatt. And so it says, Skin of Bark, Soul of a Hero, an astonishing standalone adventure from the best-selling author of The World of Podkin, One Ear. I have always wanted to read Podkin One Ear, but I can never find it, like on Libby or anything. I would like to read it. Anyway, so it says, Abion City is governed by a puppet queen, secretly controlled by Lord Cromwell, and strange magic is afoot as 6 guilds all compete to rule it. Although the Leaf Guild is the weakest, no one has reckoned with newcomer Jed Greenleaf's extraordinary ability to transform into a half-tree covered over with bark. Interesting power, I guess. He just needs to learn how to harness that power. Could he be the hero that the guild needs to win at the Punch Bowl tournament? It just might be that this year Jed can turn over a new leaf in the history books and bring glory to the decaying guild and peace to Albion. And I don't know, it sounds cute. And when it comes to fantasy, this is kind of my kind of fantasy, and it's 448 pages. It comes out September 9th. We have finally gotten to another date besides the 2nd. And it is from Farber and Farber Children. Next up, we have Mystery James Digs Her Own Grave by Ali Russell. So it says, born in a cemetery and raised in a funeral home, a girl who can see and smell the supernatural must solve the mystery of a priceless heirloom. So it's perfect for people who like Wednesday and Beetlejuice, so I'm super on board with that already. 13-year-old Mystery, who is abandoned in a cemetery and raised in a funeral home, is plagued by sleep paralysis and the smell of ghosts. But she's used to that. Even though her life might seem strange on the outside, she loves it. That is until the priceless heirloom goes missing and her family's funeral home is in danger of being shut down. To clear her Tia's good name, Mystery embarks on an adventure to figure out what really happened to the misplaced necklace. But to do so, she must contend with the angry patriarch of the town's wealthiest family, a sleep paralysis demon, a grave robber, and a ghastly half-vampire, half-ghost that's lurking in the old Ellistown Cemetery. Sounds all kinds of interesting. And I love that the vampire ghost that is on here looks like Nosferatu. And it's 320 pages. It comes out September 16th, and it's from Delacorte Press. Next I have The House Next Door by Ellen O. I'm a little leery of this one because it says for fans of Not Quite a Ghost, and I did not like that. But I did like Ghost Squad, so I'm half, on board with this one. She has a notch against her because I did not like her zombie dog book. It's not a series, it's just a book. I don't remember what it was called, but I thought the details on how the dogs become zombies was a little bit too detailed for middle grade and everything, and I didn't like that. And, I don't like bad things happening to animals anyway. I don't need details, and especially in a middle grade book. But I liked her Spirit something series. I can't think of what it is. Oh, Spirit Hunters, if I just read on here. But her Spirit Hunter series, I really like that. So I think I will like this one. So home is where the sinister live. Rory Parker knows not to step a foot in, on, or around the house next door. He's seen things creeping in the shadows, has had encounters with spirits, and lost a best friend to the house's malviolence. But when his new neighbor, Jack, and his lovable family move into the house next door, Rory makes it his duty to protect them at all costs. But the vicious forces lying within the house are plotting something evil, something that puts Jack's little sister in extreme danger. Soon, Rory understands he'll need the help of his new friend and some friendly ghost in order to stand a chance of defeating whatever lurks within the walls for good. But what exactly lives in the house next door, and will Rory and Jack find out in time to save the day? Or can its evil never be evicted? Sounds spooky. And I will say, for those who don't like spooky books, I think that her books could be a little slightly on the spooky for those. I have a hard time measuring spooky and everything, but I do think that her books have a lot of good atmosphere and spooky in it and everything. So beware, this could be a little spooky for those who don't like that. And so this is 192 pages. It comes out September 30th, and it is from HarperCollins. Got a couple more to go. We're almost done. So Grady Jones and the Great Detective Game by Carrie Douglas Dye. And so this one says the Green Onion meets Escape from Mr. Limoncello's library with a twisty, laugh-out-loud middle-grade mystery. And that there has me hooked already because I love Mr. Limoncello's library. So hopefully this will be a good one. So, only you can solve the mystery of my murder. Grady Jones has spent nearly all 12 years of his life trying to find a way to be great at something. But when a mysterious note is delivered to his door addressed to him, asking Grady to solve the murder of his town's reclusive billionaire, Grady believes in his search is over. He'll be a great detective. The only problem is he is not known for being very observant or intuitive or clever. Oh, and he has no idea how to solve a mystery. Luckily, he has some friends who have skills of deduction, and together they might have the chops to figure out the murder. Then a stranger, also named Grady Jones, comes to town, and Grady fears the note might not have been meant for him after all. And if that's the case, how will he ever become great? In this hilarious mystery about mistaken identity, one boy must make life-changing decisions. Perhaps the most important of it is is it more important to be a great detective or a great friend? And I think it sounds like it'll be fun. It's 336 pages, comes out on September 30th, and it is from Aladdin. So editing Stormy here because I knew there was a book that I forgot. And when I was editing, I also realized that I must have not recorded an ending to my video, so we'll be doing that too. So anyway, the book that I forgot to mention was called The House with No Keys by Lindsay Curry. It's the Delta Games #2, and although I think she's definitely more noted for her horror books for middle grade, which are my favorite, she does have this middle grade mystery series that the first one came out last year, and so now we have the second one. It's not a favorite. I did enjoy the first one, but I like her horror better. But anyway, in this second one, we have when a strange invitation shows up in Sarah's backpack, the Deltas learn that their favorite funhouse, the Delta Games, is about to get some serious competition. The Mystery Mansion is opening just miles away, and the ominous and cryptic owners have invited Sarah, West, and Hannah to come test it on opening day. It claims to be the biggest and best escape house ever, and based on the photos of gleaming room filled with high-tech puzzles, it just might be. What's more, the kids have been offered a $10,000 prize if they escape the house. For some reason, West and Hannah seem very interested in the cash prize. But the three friends are torn because they don't really want to be walking advertisement for a competition for the Delta game. After all, the funhouse changed their lives, Sarah's life especially. But maybe the only way to keep the funhouse and their friend William Tater in business is to accept the invite to this new mystery mansion, escape it in record time, and show just how lame and easy it is by comparison. The trio arrive at the mansion on opening day armed with their fortune favors the bold attitude, but they quickly learn that nothing is as it seems, and unfortunately, this time, not everyone plays fair. So, it sounds like it's going to be a real fun middle grade mystery, just like the first one was. It was an escape room too, and that one was about the Delta games and everything. Some of the escape room things that they had to do were very, like, anxiety filled and high stakes. So I'm a little curious about how this one's going to be, because I mean it kind of sounds kind of like the same, like high stakes kind of things going to happen probably and everything. You could definitely tell that she likes to write horror, but she's trying to write a middle grade because, like I said, they were very kind of anxiety filled and high stakes rooms to escape from before something bad happened. So I am interested in it. I think it'll be fun. It has two different publications on here, so I'm putting it on here anyway because it does say September 30th from Sourcebook Young Readers. It's 248 pages, but it also has expected publication of October 7th. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to go ahead and mention it anyway. And so that's all the middle grade books that I have to show you today. And I can't believe I messed that one up and didn't even record an ending. But anyway, let me know if any of these middle grades piqued your interest, if you are going to be looking for them whenever they come out, or if you have any middle grade books that I missed from September that you're interested in. Let me know about them down in the comments so that everybody else can find out as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!